I'm not Representative Fraser Gordon. I'm bleeding back through. All right. I will call the meeting to order and call a roll.
Senator Funky Fromeyer, Senator Howell, Senator Webb, Representative Herron, Representative Petrie,
Here.
Representative Thomas,
Present.
Chair Girdler.
Here. All right. I have to get psyched up for this, and now I've got it thrown on me, and I ain't all psyched up. So, I may miss some things. But Janice Thomas is here. I do see that. So, call the meeting to order, and then also we have a quorum. And can I get a motion for approval of the minutes? Oh, where did Hal go? What'd you do with him? You've made him mad again, ain't you? When Jason Howell gets back here, we will proceed. We can do the information real quick. So we'll have. Go ahead.
Thank you.
Catherine.
Pursuant to KRS 26A1681, KRS 45793, and KRS 45818, the Administrative Office of the Courts, the Finance and Administration Cabinet with the Commonwealth Office of Technology reporting independently, and Postsecondary Institutions managing their own capital construction under KRS 164A580 transmitted quarterly capital project status reports. Pursuant to KRS 45765, the University of Louisville reported 7 equipment purchases. Pursuant to KRS 45769, the Office of State Budget Director and Post-Secondary Institutions managing their own capital construction under KRS 164A580 transmitted annual capital projects reports. Pursuant to KRS 45810-6, the Office of Financial Management submitted the annual report of outstanding debt on behalf of state entities and post-secondary institutions authorized to issue debt. Through their fiscal agents, the Oldham and Taylor County School Districts, neither of which needed additional tax levies to pay debt service, reported upcoming general obligation debt issues to finance new projects. Pursuant to KRS 45812-1, through its fiscal agent, the Danville Independent School District in Boyle County, which did not need an additional tax levy to pay debt service, reported an upcoming energy conservation revenue bond issue. Pursuant to KRS 45A777-6, the University of Kentucky reported its intent to use the P3 project delivery method for its utilities infrastructure improvement projects, for which the combined authorization is $800 million. UK expects the project costs not exceed $400 million, however. Pursuant to KRS 45A863, the Office of the Auditor of Public Accounts sent fiscal year 2025 certification reports for 6 selection committees. Pursuant to KRS 48116A, the Division of Real Properties reported a pending Cabinet for Health and Family Services leaves invitation for 13,104 square feet of replacement office space with 57 reserved parking spaces in Bullitt County. Pursuant to KRS 56820-311A, the Division of Real Properties reported 1 space lease modification under $50,000. Pursuant to KRS 5686311, the Kentucky Asset Liability Commission transmitted its semi-annual report through the Office of Financial Management. Pursuant to House Bills 1 and 6, Eastern Kentucky University and Northern Kentucky University reported various asset preservation projects and project revisions. For a $100 million project total, UK combined 2 House Bill 1 and House Bill 6 authorizations for its meat facility and food development center.
All right. Now we got a quorum. We're going to get a motion for approval of the minutes. Got a motion by Senator Howell, second by Representative Thomas. And if nobody, we'll approve. If anybody disagrees, they can let me know now, or forever hold your peace. All right. That is passed. I need a roll call vote, or
It's just
it's just one? All right, good. As you can tell, I haven't read it. Lisbeth, you may come on down. You may proceed.
Good afternoon. I have one lease for which we were requesting approval. It is for UK Healthcare. The lease space is located at 138 Leader Avenue in Lexington. It's for 26,681 square feet. The annual cost is $888,477. It will house 3 of our UK Healthcare units. One is pediatrics and a couple of our centers. One is the Science Outreach Center, and the other is a center where we have a collaboration with the University of Louisville, where we are going out in the state. We have various offices across the state working on having residents and medical students out in the state, and also to recruit healthcare students to both of our institutions.
Do we have any questions for her? All right, we got a motion to approve. Got a second from Senator Howell. Madam Secretary, call the roll.
Senator Funky Fromeyer. Senator Howell. Senator Webb. Representative Herron. Representative Petrie.
Yes.
Representative Thomas.
Aye.
Co-Chair Frazier Gordon. Chair Girdler.
Aye. Passes with favorable.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Miss Janice, we do need to roll. 3 of these items are going to require action, and 4 of them are for require no action. So I'm going to try to get a roll these 3 together for you. So I entertain a motion. We got a motion from Miss Senator Funky Fromeyer, second from Senator Howell. You may proceed.
Thank you. Make this a little easier when you roll things for me. Appreciate it. Good afternoon. My name's Janice Thomas, Deputy State Budget Director. I'm here presenting 7 projects today. Starting with the 3 action items that you just rolled together, I'll start with those. First is the Transportation Cabinet, Department of Highways, Clark County Eastbound Rest Area Remodel Project in the amount of $3 million, funded with 80% federal funds from the Federal Aid Highway Funding Program and 20% state funding from the 24-26 Repair Loadometers and Rest Areas Pool. This project will stabilize the Clark County rest area and update building systems, address life safety and security concerns, and make the building accessible as required by the Americans with Disabilities Act. The authority is pursuant to KRS 45-760, and House Bill 265 of the 24 regular session, Part 2, 4. Next is the Department of Military Affairs Ashland Readiness Center envelope renovation project amendment in the amount of $600,000, bringing the total appropriation to $2.8 million. The project is 75% federal funds from the National Guard Bureau and Operations Maintenance Appropriation via cooperative agreement, and 25% of the funding from the Armory Installation Facilities Maintenance Pool. The project includes upgrades to the exterior, new anti-terrorism force protection sub-basement, and addresses site drainage issues. This project was previously reported to Capital Projects and Bond Oversight in May of 2024 in the amount of $2.2 million. The bid came in higher than estimated. The authority is pursuant to KRS 45-760, 7. The third action item on your agenda today is the Department of Veterans Affairs Heating and Cooling Systems Western Kentucky Veterans Center appropriation increase of $252,200 from the Veterans Center unbudgeted restricted funds, bringing the total project appropriation to $2,352,200. This project was originally authorized by House Bill 1 in the 22 regular session in the amount of $2.1 million general fund. This project will replace heating and cooling systems at the Western Kentucky Veterans Center to include but not limited to makeup air units, cooling towers, and replacement of heat, tape systems, and 3 units. The appropriation increase is necessary to complete the replacement and award the bid to ensure safe and comfortable conditions for our veterans. The authority is pursuant to KRS 45.760(6). That concludes the 3 action items on the agenda.
Anybody got any questions on those 3 items? No questions? Then I entertain a motion. Got a motion by Senator Powell, or Webb. Senator Howell did the second, right? Yeah. Madam Secretary, call the roll.
Senator Funky Fromeyer. Senator Howell. Senator Webb. Representative Herron. Representative Petrie.
Yes.
Representative Thomas.
Yes. And
Co-chair.
can I mention something real quick?
Yeah.
It's nice to have our commissioner in here of veterans, Commissioner Allen and Juan, and we appreciate y'all being here. So, but mine's definitely a yes.
Thank you.
Co-chair Fraser Gordon. Chair Girdler.
Aye. The commissioner's hiding behind the pole. I saw Juan here, but he's not. He's kind of like when I go to church and the preacher's preaching. I get right behind the pole. I don't want them to see me. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Juan.
Well, I saw him high-fiving Representative Thomas's granddaughter a few minutes ago, so he is getting in there today.
Yeah. And I thought that was his daughter that was coming with him, and kind of found out that was his wife. Yeah. I guess you want to report on those 4 non-action items.
I do, and
All right.
thank you. The last 4 projects are pool projects in excess of $1 million. The authorities pursuant to the budget bill, Part 2, Paren 4. First are 2 projects with the Cabinet for Health and Family Services. Behavioral Health, Developmental, and Intellectual Disabilities has 2 projects. The Outwood Replace Cottage Air Handlers and RLC Chiller project in the amount of $1,602,780 is funded from the CHFS 2426 maintenance pool. This project will replace air handlers and chiller that services 5 cottages. The second project under CHFS is the Western State Hospital HVAC repairs and patient safety enhancements Phase 2 project in the amount of $1,740,830 funded with 2426 CHFS maintenance pool. This project will repair HVAC and make patient safety enhancements at the Western State Hospital. Next is the Postsecondary Education Kentucky Community and Technical College System Big Sandy Community and Technical College Chiller Replacement Project in the amount of $1.5 million from its 22-24 Asset Preservation Pool with $1,304,400 in bond funds and $195,600 in restricted funds, which satisfies a 15% match requirement. This project will replace the chiller at the Pikeville campus of Big Sandy CTC. It was approved by the KCTCS Board of Regents on September 20th of 2024 and by the Council of Postsecondary Education. And finally, the last project is with the Tourism, Arts, and Heritage Cabinet, Kentucky Department of Parks, Lake Barkley Wastewater and Infrastructure Upgrades Phase 2 project in the amount of $5.2 million funded from the Wastewater Treatment Infrastructure Upgrades Pool authorized by House Bill 268 from the 2019 regular session. This project will upgrade and expand the primary sewer plant and eliminate a smaller sewer plant near the campground at Lake Barkley State Resort Park. There's some further details within your packet of what that project entails. This concludes my presentation. Thank you.
Any questions for Ms. Janice? As always, you do a great job.
Thank you.
Thank you. We got any rolling here? Nope. Natalie, are you in here or out there?
I'm out here.
All right. You may proceed.
Okay, thank you so much. Good afternoon. My name is Natalie Bronner, and I'm the Director of the Division of Real Properties. Today, I'm reporting PR 5775 for the Cabinet for Health and Family Services in Rockcastle County, and it is being reported pursuant to KRS 56823 since the annual cost exceeds $100,000. This lease resulted from the competitive bid process outlined in KRS 56803. There was only one proposal received, which was submitted by William R. Fowler for new construction, and acceptance of the proposal has been requested by the agency. The proposed lease is for 9,577 square feet of new office space and 59 reserved paved parking spaces at an annual rental rate of $25.50 per square foot, excluding utilities, which is $61,053.38 rounded per quarter, or $180,402 annually through June 30th of 2032.
Anybody got any questions or any thoughts? If not, I'll entertain a motion. Motion by Senator Howell. Second by his partner in crime, Miss Webb. Madam Secretary, please call the roll.
Senator Funky Fromeyer. Senator Howell. Senator Webb. Representative Herron. Representative Petrie.
Yes.
Representative Thomas.
Aye.
Co-Chair Fraser Gordon. Chair Girdler.
Aye. That's good. Natalie, we passed, and if you got anything else you want to add,
No, thank you
All right.
so much. Have
Thank you.
a great afternoon.
great, thank you. Now we're going to get the Office of Financial Management, and Sandy, I thought of her when I came in. It was raining, so I always Sandy. One time we had it and was having tornado warnings, and she's in her car.
Oh, gosh.
You out there, Sandy?
Yes, sir.
All right. You remember that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I do too. We've got 26 grants, and we've got 2 loans. Is that right? And we're going to roll those together. Would that be all right? If I can get a motion? All right, we got a motion and a second, and you may proceed.
Thank you, Chair Girdler and members of the committee. I'm Sandy Williams, Executive Director with the Kentucky Infrastructure Authority. Pursuant to KRS 224A100, the authority does have 2 loans, several grants for approval, and several grants for information for the committee's review today. First up, under our Clean Water State Revolving Fund, the city of Shepherdsville has a loan in the amount of $22,500,851 for their wastewater treatment plant improvements and hydraulic expansion project. The project will upgrade the peak hourly flow at the treatment plant from 12 million gallons per day to 22.7 million gallons per day, which will help the city avoid sanitary sewer overflows. The project will replace critical equipment that has exceeded its useful life and will allow the system to maintain compliance with their Kentucky permitting levels and the Clean Water Act. This will be a 20-year loan with a 2.25% interest rate and was approved at the October 3rd KIA board meeting. Next up, our drinking water state revolving fund, the Logan Todd Regional Water Commission's Fund F loan in the amount of $4,471,056 is for their additional sedimentation train general plant expansion project. The commission will expand the plant capacity from 13 to 15 million gallons per day by adding membrane filtration and granular activated carbon to address emerging contaminants, primarily PFAS and PFOA. The expansion includes the addition of a 3rd sedimentation train, along with upgrades to plant components. The Logan Todd Regional Water Commission currently serves 13 wholesale customers in Logan, Todd, and Christian counties in Kentucky, and also provides service to Springfield, Tennessee. This will be a 20-year loan with a 1.25% interest rate and was approved at the October 3rd KIA board meeting. Next up, we're calling this Fund W. This is the Kentucky Water and Wastewater Assistance for Troubled or Economically Restrained Systems out of the Emergency Fund. The City of Marion's Fund W grant in the amount of $1,827,600 is for their emergency water mitigation project. To remind the committee members, the Emergency Kentucky Waters Fund was established to provide funding for troubled or economically restrained systems. The funding is dedicated to capital and non-capital expenses relating to restoring or avoiding imminent interruption of utility service provided by a public water or wastewater system after a declaration of emergency. The governor and the city of Marion have declared states of emergency due to an ongoing water shortage because of the water reduction to Lake George in response to a levee failure. Lake George is the primary reservoir supplying water to the residents and businesses of the city, and conditions have endangered public health and safety. The city is requesting the grant to address water supply and water loss while a long-term solution is being completed. Maintaining control of water loss is necessary to safeguard diminished raw water capacity. The project will include the replacement of all existing water meters in the city. Radio read meters will allow the city to more precisely locate leaks and alleviate water loss. Approximately 50,000 linear feet of existing galvanized water lines will be replaced with 6-inch ductile iron water line. The project encompasses system improvements necessary to achieve water security during the next several years while the Crittenden Livingston Water District's expansion project is completed. This emergency grant was approved by the KIA board at their October 3rd meeting. Moving on to the additional 25 grants. From round one of the Cleaner Water Program, with funds authorized in Senate Bill 36 of the 2021 session, there are 9 grants. The sewer grants consist of 3 allocations from the supplemental pool, and the 6 water grants consist of 5 allocations from the supplemental pool and 1 reallocation from the county allocation pool. Looking at round 2 of the Cleaner Water Program, with funding provided through House Bill 1 of the 2022 session, there are 15 grants. The sewer grants consist of 7 allocations from the supplemental pool, and the 8 water grants consist of 6 allocations from the supplemental pool and 2 reallocations from the county allocation pool. And the last but not least, from the East Kentucky State Aid Funding for Emergencies, with funding provided through House Bill 1 of the 2022 extraordinary session, there's 1 water grant, and that is my report on the action items.
Thank you. Anybody have any questions? Yeah. Chairman Peach.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Sandy, help me on Crittenden County, Livingston, just a little bit. I know it's a complicated situation, and you've got multiple funding sources, and I was just asking to make sure we put $5 million each fiscal year in House Bill 1, the 2024 session. It says for expansion of capacity to support regional needs. In as few a sentences as possible, can you give me an overview? Yeah, you know what can you give an overview of what's happening with Livingston, Crittenden County, Marion?
So this is a several step process that includes regional consolidation of several systems. And what Marion is trying to do is get their system ready to consolidate. And I believe that regional solution will solve several water supply issues in that area.
Okay, so this remains on track from, I'll say, original or probably going on for a year or more plans of regionalization in that area, getting 1 or more up to par so that they can be serviced in a regional setting. Everything,
yes, sir.
And from your standpoint, everything is on track?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions? Other questions? All right. I'll entertain a motion. We accept. Got a motion from co-chair and got a second from Senator Howell. Madam Secretary, please call the roll.
Senator Funky Fromeyer. Senator Howell. Senator Webb. Representative Herron.
Yes.
Representative Petrie.
Yes.
Representative Thomas.
Aye.
Co-Chair Fraser Gordon. Chair Girdler.
Yes. So passes very favorably. Now you've got 36 not requiring action.
Yes, sir. This is a quick update. So with funding provided through House Bill 1 of the 2024 session, KIA was asked to administer 40 line item grants. Some of those line items have been split into multiple projects. So to give you a quick update, there are 36 grants, which represents about 25 of the 40 projects. And 11 grants are for sewer projects, 25 grants are for water projects, and I would be happy to answer any questions.
Is there any questions? Senator Funky Fromeyer.
Sandy, thanks for kind of sharing the detail. As I'm looking at the residential rates and the number of users per average bill on these, what were the qualifiers to determine if this is a reasonable spend for the request, or how are these evaluated? Because some of them look like very, very small number of users, but perhaps they sell water to other places, or forgive me if that's not even an appropriate question for this phase.
It could be a more complicated question than it seems. So in our SRF loan programs, we look at the average 4,000 gallon bill to calculate an affordability index based on median household income of the service area of the utility. So we use that 4,000 gallon average bill as an additional qualifier to determine whether or not a community would fall into the disadvantaged community category when we are looking at interest rates. So on the SRF loan side, we use that average bill in conjunction with looking at the median household income of the area. For the line item grants, we provide that as just an informational item.
Yeah.
Are there any supports then to these counties if they may even need some financial support and how to bill differently or charge differently? I wonder if some of them could even repay these loans at the rates that they're charging, or the number of users that are on the rates.
Yes, ma'am. So we do work with communities to make sure, so again, for the loans, we work with the communities to make sure that the rates they are charging are sufficient to repay any loans that they have with us.
All right. Any other questions? Can I get a motion? Oh, these are the ones that are reported items, right? So we're
Yes,
in
sir.
good shape. Thank you, Sandy.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Ms. Couch? We've got 2 new debt issues and 4 school district debt issues, and we'll take the 2 new debt issues first, and if I can get a motion, we'll roll those together. Got a motion and a second, Senator Howell and Senator Webb. And then we'll do the next 4 items next. We'll do these 2 first.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. My name is Chelsea Couch. I'm the Director of the Office of Financial Management. 2 action items for your consideration today. The first is Kentucky Housing Corporation Multifamily Conduit Revenue Bonds. This is a conduit transaction that does not extend the credit of either the state or the corporation. The corporation does receive state private activity bonds, allowing them to issue tax-exempt debt. Anticipated net proceeds of this issuance is $14 million. Secondly, I have Western Kentucky University. This issuance has both a new money piece and refunding. Total par amount is just a little over $40 million. The new money piece is estimated at $34 million. Bond proceeds are being used to construct Gordon Ford College of Business and to renovate athletic facilities. Funds were appropriated for both projects in House Bill 6 of the 2024 regular session. The refunding portion of this issuance is estimated at 6.2 and refunds the outstanding 2012 Series A net present value savings of just over $500,000.
All right. Got any questions? No questions. We'll entertain a motion to approve those two. Senator Howell and Senator Webb, in that order. Madam Secretary, please call the roll.
Senator Funky Fromeyer. Senator Howell. Senator Webb. Representative Herron.
Yes.
Representative Petrie.
Yes.
Representative Thomas.
Aye.
Co-Chair Fraser Gordon. Chair Girdler.
Aye. So passes favorably. Now we'll move on to the 4 school district debt issues. And if I can get a motion to roll those together. Got a motion by my co-chair, second by Senator Howell. You may proceed.
I have 4 new money transactions for the SFCC for consideration. Total combined par of $111 million, with the SFCC participating minimally and approximately 4%.
That's it. Any questions? Before we leave, I got a question on something else. But yeah, it's not complicated. You just got to explain it to a dummy. I get a motion, we approve. Got a motion by Senator Howell, second by Senator Webb. Madam Secretary, please call the roll.
Senator Funky Fromeyer.
Sorry, I'm a little thrown off by this. I have a question.
You can ask.
May I? Thank you. Sorry to throw this one at you. So when I'm looking at the 4 debt issues, Middlesboro Independent, Bell County, it looks like SFCC is picking up 62%, and then the local is 37.96. And I'm not real familiar with that area, but the other ones are quite a bit flip-flopped, where the local is 71.6% in Webster County, and the state is 28%. What's the difference? How do we end up picking up a bigger chunk of this debt issuance on Bell County?
It's a smaller issuance. Its par is $685 for that one. It's improvements at the high school. It's a lease appropriation bond, and we do tend to pick up a little more percentage of participation in those.
On those, okay. All right, thank you. Yeah, the other one was like 70 million, so I see the point there.
Now you may vote.
And I would like to vote yes.
Senator Howell. Senator Webb. Representative Herron.
Yes.
Representative Petrie.
Yes.
Representative Thomas.
Aye.
Co-Chair Fraser Gordon. Chair Girdler.
Aye.
Thank you.
Quick question.
Okay.
Our credit rating went better,
Yes,
and that makes a big difference for your job?
it does. We just took a state prop to New York, 2 weeks ago, and we compared the debt service, and it saved us about $10 million.
Because we solidified the retirement systems, and
Correct.
what other things are in there that,
Just overall financial management and the dedication we've put into servicing pensions and different things. But yes, it was a big day for us.
do we need to give our chairmans of the A&R a big applause, or do we need to give a big applause for ourselves?
Everybody.
Everybody. Huh? Yeah, go ahead.
I encourage anybody to look at the credit ratings that have been coming out for the last couple of 3 years. I can't remember the last one. Was it Fitch or S&P?
I think S&P give us a Fitch. Yes.
Can't remember. You can get those things, read through them, I can give you copies of them, but it's structural issues is what it is. Actually budgeting the needs rather than wants and showing that discipline, making sure there's a structural balance that goes to the reserve as much as you can, still putting money on pensions as well as money above and beyond pensions, and not stretching out on indebtedness too far. It's all structural things, and the General Assembly has had good discipline over the last few years to show that to the credit rating agencies, and they are fairly confident that, yes, this can be continued.
Yeah, good. I saw that, and I knew that was a positive, I thought. So anyway,
Very big
any credit rating that goes up, it's got to be good. So
Yes.
thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. We have any other business? We have no other business. If I can, I'll entertain a motion to get Brother Thomas out of here. He's got to take his granddaughter home. Got a motion, we adjourn. And if you want to, I heard Jason Howell, he would volunteer to take her about half the way in his car, and that. She'll be loaded up with sugar.